Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm out again on the towpath, starting at Smethwick Galton Bridge and continuing to Coseley, a long way down there. Today I'm starting here at Smethwick Galton Bridge, where I finished last time. I'm progressing along the canal here, past Garrett's Green, Dudley Port, bypassing these side arms, which I'll explore at a later date. I'll be going past Tipton, and eventually I will reach Coseley Tunnel, where I will stop for the day. Just heading back down onto the towpath from the big bridge where we finished last time. It's quite early in the morning. Well, I say early, it's about 7:30 and I'm thought I'd squeeze in the walk before the day really begins. I remember last time thinking that those bridges were pretty awesome. The Galton Bridge there. Look at that. Taz was telling me that bridge is a protected building or monument or something like that because of its industrial importance around here. Galton Tunnel there. It's good to be back out on the towpath this morning. My plans are to walk 6.5, 7 miles today to Coseley, and then in a week's time I'll be walking one final loop with Taz here, and then I'll be walking the final stretch on this main line into or just past Wolverhampton, and then that'll be another canal navigation ticked off the list, and kind of entering into the planning stage for the Worcester and Birmingham Canal in October, so a couple of weeks after that. So yeah, it's all go. It's good to have constant walks lined up. I'm planning to do the Coventry Canal later in the year after the Worcester and Birmingham Canal. I also know that sort of in the springtime I'm probably going to do the Oxford Canal, but there'll be other walks around the Birmingham Canal navigations in between those kinds of stretches that I'm planning on doing. So there'll be constant walking, constant miles being added to the tally, and hopefully lots of positive experiences being experienced as well. It's another beautiful day. Not as hot as some of the other days, which pleases me. Just met a really nice guy who saved me a bit of wandering about. One of the brick walls back there is collapsing, which means the bridge is impassable, so you have to kind of go up and round and back onto the canal towpath, which is where I am now. So thanks mate, much appreciated. This is another one of those places where the canal splits between the old main line and the new main line. As you know, I'm following the new main line, so I'm going down that path on the left, down there. But through those bridges and locks there is the old line, and I'll be walking that with Taz in a few weeks. And I think that's the bit with the collapsed wall. So I'm going to have to rejoin here, I think. Here we are. We're back on the new main line. It's definitely got a different vibe to up there, isn't it? The old one. This is the towpath closure that I just had to bypass. It's collapsing wall here. Right, now I've navigated that, I'm going to carry on down the main line. Nice rippling light on the underside of the bridge. Taz will appreciate. Wow, look at the size of this. Sometimes it's not just the old architecture that's amazing. Sometimes the sheer scale of even modern bridges can be quite impressive, can't it? I know it's only a motorway bridge, but like, it's massive. I don't know if you can make out the bottom of the canal there. It's really not very deep at all. I can clearly see the bottom, and it's got to come up to my thigh, if that. Yeah, it's can tell that the water levels are very low here. You can tell that visually just by looking into the water. This is the point where the old canal meets the new again. Got some signposts here. I'll be going down that way. Well, they both lead that way, don't they? Should we go over here and just have a look and see what it looks like up there? Even this is quite a nice spot, you know. Mixture of industrial and natural beauties. Hopefully I'm heading in the right direction, eh? On the right side. I think I am. Quieter here, isn't it? Sorry about the noise on some of these stretches as you go past factories, motorways, train lines. It becomes quite difficult to kind of manage the sound levels. This looks like it could be another one of those toll buildings that Taz was telling us about on the Soho Loop. Taz was saying there used to be buildings on top of those things, and as the narrow boats or barges or whatever kind of went through there, they could tell how much coal and other produce they had on the boat by how deep the boat was sitting in the water. And I'm guessing that they charged by the tonnage or something like that. Yeah, it's a nice little bit of information that I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for Taz, so thanks, Taz. Feels very quiet out on the canals at the moment because obviously the boats aren't really moving around because of the low water levels and the stoppages and all that kind of thing, so hardly seeing any narrow boats at the moment, which is a shame. Looking forward to getting some rain so the water levels are topped back up. Another one of those little arms there that once served whatever factory was there. no longer used, choked off with reeds and canal weed. A heron's got a fish in its mouth, can you see? Oh, it's just swallowed it whole. Beautiful bird. He pissed off some of those ducks. Brilliant. That's the first time I've seen a heron standing on a path with a fish in its mouth. It's just caught and swallowing it whole. This is Pudding Green Junction. And down there is the canal that takes you to Walsall. But we're going down this way, heading towards Wolverhampton. 8 miles to Wolverhampton and 3 locks, apparently. That's what that sign's just told me. It's weird to think I'll be back here at some point, walking this canal, probably filming on that bridge. I always like to look down the path yet to come. Anyway, enough waffling, let's crack on. Such a different vibe to the Stratford-upon-Avon Canal. Heavily industrial along the main line. Lots of sirens. Trains flying past on bridges, noise. Burglar alarms. It does still have its aesthetic appeal in a lot of ways, but there's no denying it's a whole different character from the Stratford Canal. Not that that's a bad thing either, but even right here in this noisy spot, I've just seen a man sat on the opposite bank fishing, relaxing, using the canal for some headspace, no doubt. People have jogged past, I've seen cyclists. So even here in these built up kind of industrial areas, people are still getting pleasure from the canal. Another heron on the opposite bank. Apple tree. Shame I can't reach up there. Would have had one. Mind you, I'm not sure about eating fruit that's grown on trees in these industrial areas. Can you imagine some of the pollution they might have absorbed? I don't know. Would you eat fruit from a place like this? I think we're coming up to another canal or branch here, the Gower branch. Another one of these toll things. Starting to warm up a little bit now. It's 9:15. It's getting warm already. I should have gone with the shorts. Wearing these hiking trousers today. Just met a nice guy asking me what I was up to and giving me some pointers of where we are. There's a network of canals here. There's another one just over there which is going to Tipton Way, I think, but we're heading straight on along the main line towards Dudley Port. Might stop at Dudley Port station to get a drink if there is one there. But I wanted to climb up onto this bridge just to kind of show you what it looks like. That's the way we're going. That's the way we've come. Straight as an arrow. It's a bit like a Roman road, isn't it? And then you've got the branch that way. That's the other branch that I just mentioned. And there's the nice chap and his dog that I was just chatting to. Let's check these signs. Tiverdale Aqueduct, sounds about right. Dudley. Yeah, I think, let's check the map. I think this is the way. Just heading towards Dudley Port station. Got no idea what's there. I'm hoping there's a shop so I can get a cold drink. I've got water, but it'd be nice to have a little break as well. Look how clear the water is. It's crystal clear. All the lilies and plants at the bottom there. Shame about all the litter. Wow. Can't get over how clear that is. Can see the fish. And again, you can see the bottom. Looking forward to getting somewhere to have a break. This area doesn't feel like the safest to walk around with a camera. We're currently somewhere between Dudley Port and Tipton, I think. So we haven't got too much further to go today. Walk's gone well so far. Yeah, definitely nice to be out and about. There's still been a bit of a lack of places to stop, obvious places to stop, I mean, on this towpath so far. On the Stratford upon Avon Canal, which is the only one I can really compare against so far, you know, you came across pubs on the canal, which was great, and little cafes and things like that, which is part of the experience. But so far, on the Birmingham Main Line, there's not really been anywhere obvious to kind of stop and have a rest, a drink, something to eat. Not yet anyway. The first narrow boats I've seen all day. Looks like some sort of boatyard over there. That's probably why. Caggie's Boatyard, that's it. I knew I'd seen that in the book as well, in the canal book. Caggie's Boatyard. Tipton train station just up here, so I'm going to get off here at the bridge and see if there's a shop. I had a look at the map and it looks like there might be a shop or something around here, so I'm going to have a short break, grab a drink and then push on for that last short stretch up to Coseley. Stopped off in Tipton, picked up a Red Bull from the shop there. Just spending a few minutes here having a drink before I move on. Since I've come out of the shop and had my little rest, it's got a bit overcast here. Clouds are going grey There's a drop in temperature. You can feel that rain is coming. Hopefully I'll manage to get to Coseley train station, not too far up there, before it starts. It definitely feels like it's going to rain soon. We're coming up to a lock here. I crossed the locks on the wrong side so I could get a shot of that waterfall bit. I'm just crossing over the bridge now here to get back onto the towpath. So a minute ago I was over there to get a shot of the waterfall, and I've just crossed over this bridge and I'm now back on the towpath. We're heading down this way. This is the old Bush Bar and Grill that I was planning to stop at, but it doesn't open till this evening, I don't think, according to the website. So unfortunately, I've had to miss out on this one. Let's check the map. Yeah, we're on the right route. Where you've got so many branches and things and loops, sometimes it can be a little bit confusing about which way you have to cross to. We've done all right so far. Got a face full of branch there. New housing development coming up there. Starting to feel some blisters on my right foot. For the first time in these shoes, actually. Maybe it's time to upgrade. Not much longer, and we're going to get to the next tunnel, the second tunnel actually, on this towpath. And I think it's the second tunnel I'll be able to actually walk through on my 2,000-mile walk. There has been other tunnels that I've come across, but they haven't had to towpath through them. Bottom of my foot, it's really sore. Good thing we've only got a short bit left. Otherwise I would have had to put a compede on it or something. I had expected to finish this walk at about 11 o'clock, but it's 10:30 and we're approaching the final stages now. So I think I might have even been a little bit more efficient than I thought I was. I might even finish a little bit early, which would be good. The water is proper grotty around here. Got all these weeds and things. You wouldn't want to bring your boat through there, would you? It'd be a nightmare. All right, so we are on the approach to the tunnel, which we will go through. I wonder how dark it is. I don't think it's a really long one. If it's too dark, I'll get my torch out. But yeah, Are you ready? We'll go through. You can see the kind of brickwork beginning there. Here we go. Look at that. Looks like a beast. It's not too long though. Probably about as long as Galton Bridge. The Galton Bridge tunnel that we ended on the last video. Similar sort of thing. So this has been like a tunnel to tunnel video really, isn't it? And it was at this point the mood changed. I entered the tunnel with a big smile on my face, not knowing anything of the tunnel's history. But it was right here that 2 children were murdered in 1901. This is as eerie as fuck, mate. I soon began to get a bad feeling in the tunnel. Be honest, I don't like it in here, not one bit. It's got a bad feeling in here. It's interesting, there's a towpath on the other side as well. Don't like the feeling of it in here, guys. This is a scary place. Maybe I'm just a pussy, I don't know. Coming to the end of it, thank oh, God. Breathe a sigh of relief. I think that is where we're ending today. I'm going to head up to Coseley train station if I can find my way out of this place, and head on home, and then we'll pick up the trail next time right here where we're leaving off now. And yeah, if you want to see me carry on with my 2,000-mile walk around Britain's canal towpaths, follow along, hit subscribe, whatever you're watching this on, and another video will be up soon.